Don't wonder why you succeeded at first and then you failed. Don't wonder about that. When I started, I realized that everyone around me had expectations of me. I was too fat. I was not functional. I couldn't move. I couldn't go upstairs. I would make every chair in our house creak. Everybody had expectations of me to which I measured. But as you lose weight, that is not the case so much anymore. So you lose your willpower. You lose your resolve. The reason some of you start out strong and then you don't finish is because what you don't know is that the people that surround you partly determine your success. So if you're around people and they insult you and they tell you you're too fat, or they suggest or imply that you're somehow not good enough, that ends up turning into you seeking approval, which is why someone who is around others who doesn't approve of them ends up losing weight because they find the motivation, and the motivation to lose becomes greater than the motivation to eat. And therefore, even when you feel crappy, even when you feel down on your luck, you feel dejected and bad, you still succeed. So that's why you end up succeeding. And then you get to another point in your life and you don't. You've lost the willpower. I've had people that fasted and did great and then went back at it and they did very poorly because you're not in the same position that you once were. If you were once fat, you lost the weight or lost a lot of weight or some weight, are you where you want to be? Well, obviously not, right? The fact is, you don't have high enough standards for yourself. So if you set your goal at 160 and that's where you want to be, or 150, or even 250 if that's your goal, understand your expectations for yourself need to be higher. They need to be more. But you've forgotten the momentum principle. The momentum principle says that you're going to lose. You're going to need to have more motivation. If you're going to jump a ramp in a car, you're going to need to get back a ways and absolutely plow down the runway at the fastest speed possible to be able to make sure you have enough momentum to get you to clear whatever you're jumping over, by way of comparison. If you don't have that, enough momentum, then you're not going to make the jump. And it's the same thing in life. Life takes from you in a lot of ways. You may not have enough momentum to succeed if you are not hard enough on yourself. If you surround yourself with people and you're the thinnest person in the room, then no, you're not going to lose weight. Because where's your motivation? Where's your motivation to succeed? It's not there because you're the hottest shot there. When I go into a room, I don't want to be the richest, most successful one. I want to be around people who are higher than me, so I will strive to be where they are, to use a financial thing. And a lot of my friends in the business world are much wealthier than I am. And just to use wealth as a comparison here, they set standards for me. They show me things about life and about the world and about making money and about succeeding. I don't want to be the top dog because then I quit striving. That's why someone who makes money gets to a point where they just quit. They say $5,000 a week or $5,000 a month is good enough. Some people say, I just want $2,000 a month. And what happens when they're making that? When they could otherwise be more successful, they don't have enough momentum to keep on going. So they don't strive to make $10,000 a month, or they don't subscribe to lose more than 20 pounds. So you see a lot of these people who lose weight, maybe they're morbidly obese, maybe they lose about 100 pounds, but then they still got 40 pounds on the sides of their ribs, and you can tell they're not as fat. Maybe they're in halfway good shape, but they're not at their peak. And they're not going to be because they've already cleared what to them was a big achievement. You see how this works? You understand what I'm saying here. The big magic bullet for you is giving yourself enough momentum to succeed. Set the goal higher. Set the bar higher. Same thing with skinny fat and all of these questions that little dieters have, these little dieting people. They say, I still have some fat. Get to a lower percentage of body fat if that's your goal. Be honest with your goal and decide that where you're at now is god darn not good enough. Only by realizing that you're sucking are you going to ever make improvement. And don't quit complimenting yourself on little victories and little rewards. And that's what most of the dieting community does. I read these dieting plans for these hotels and these hospitals, and they say, make healthier eating choices, walk a little bit. Everybody knows this stuff. That's not going to get you over the edge. It's all of these sites that, like MyFitnessPal and all of these little weight loss calorie tracker sites, they try to provide themselves useful as a tool, and maybe they are, but they will never push you hard enough to actually succeed, because they don't provide the one thing that you need, which is self-reflection, which is the right surroundings. Surround yourself with people who are going to push you. Don't surround yourself with people who are going to show you that you're the top dog. Yeah, if everybody else weighs 400 pounds and you weigh 300, you're the top dog because you weigh less and you're more in shape than everybody else is. How's that really helping you get to your goal? How is that providing motivation for you? Come on, it's psychology. You don't want to be the top dog. You want to be always improving. And it's that way with money, it's that way with weight, it's that way with every relationship you have.